is lots about Słupsk now nowadays because of the choice made by the citizens almost 3 years ago when I was elected first openly gay mayor, not only in Poland but also in Central and Eastern Europe. So talking about social innovations, this was the real social innovation to make such a brave choice, and this paid an attention on my person. I think if it was somebody else, Słupsk would not be on the spotlight so much as it is now. But it also helped us put on the agenda many things we would never put in front of the cameras if it wasn't the first openly gay mayor. So we used also this factor of the media attention to create the atmosphere of the debate on today's cities, especially the cities which are the medium-sized cities like Słupsk is, to discuss why those kind of cities are depopulating, why are they marginalized, why we are focusing on big metropolises and we are not focusing that much on the medium or small-sized cities and towns. And this opened a whole story of talking about medium-sized cities in Poland and how the life goes on in cities like Słupsk. And talking about miracles, it's maybe not about a miracle or miracles, but it's more about good practices we are bringing to Słupsk and we are trying to implement them from all over the world. It's that we are not that innovative concerning new ideas. What we are good in is looking around and collecting good practices, good ideas, innovations, and bringing them together here and making this puzzle a big picture of the city. This is also helping us a lot because we don't have to focus so much on creating innovations while they are just nearby us. So we can use all the know-how which is around 450,000 cities around the world, and we can bring them here, choose the best, and just make our city better. We choose and we bring the ideas, we the people, and we the citizens. We travel a lot, we read a lot, we search on the internet, we have people here in the office who are very enthusiastic on searching for new good practices, especially with very limited sources we have. When I started being a mayor of the city, Słupsk was the 5th city in depth in Poland, so we could not spend too much money and too much our labor force to do innovative things. We had to focus more on things which already exist. So we focused more on traveling to cities which might inspire us, to read the books which might inspire us, and to search in the internet for new inspirations. So we were focusing mainly on collecting, on networking, on building chains of cooperation with others. It might be cities, it might be companies, businesses, NGOs, people, thinkers, whom we could collect. So we started from discussing about the city. Previously it was that the strategy of the city was ordered in the business. So business was writing in somewhere. In our case it was in Silesia, we were buying it for 40,000 zloty and nobody cared about that. This time, for the very first time in Poland, we did it together with people, the citizens. So we wrote it together, the vision of the city. And with this vision we knew on on which direction we should go, what kind of good practices we need, what kind of innovations we need. So we started to search for that. So it's like a puzzle. We started to collect good practices and compose the city. The main goal was also how to make a city for everyone, where everyone feels happy. So and no one is left behind. This was also a challenge, because it's easy to build a city for cars. Cars are dominating our city, but we are very often forgetting about people who don't move by cars. So we started to think how we can involve in discussion of the city, for example, pedestrians or people using bicycles. We also started to think how to involve people who are excluded. So I introduced a series of councils, because I never graduated a university for mayors. There is no such a thing in the world like University of the Mayors. So the whole knowledge I will have as a mayor are people living here who have their own lives, experiences, who know what works and what doesn't work. So if I want to know what should I do, I should listen to the people. So we introduced series of councils like Women's Council, Youth Council, Seniors Council, Presidential Council, Cultural Council, Educational Council, Sports Council. We involve all the energy of the people in the city in decision-making process. So people who deal with sports now, they have a place where they can meet and they can discuss and they can co-decide about things going on sports in the city. So it brings us the knowledge we need, the facts we need, the information we need about the city. It's very useful. To get the social innovation, you need people. Without people, it won't work. So there is no robot, there is no machine which might be socially innovative. Only humans are able to do that. So we needed humans to work with. And in countries like Poland, but it concerns whole Central and Eastern Europe, we have a deficit of trust, of believing in common good. And this is also a case of Słupsk. When people go voting, we don't have a great difference between Słupsk and the rest of the Poland of people voting in elections. We don't have more people involving hearing in other activities. Why? Because of many years of partition of the country, of communism, of lack of the political culture, of involvement in decisions making processes, of whole complex of these things. People don't participate. So the question was why they don't participate and how we can change it. First of all, if we want them to participate, I had to rebuild trust. The trust that the office here is for them and not against them. That the mayor they elected is for them, not against them. How to do it? You need to start it from yourself. So when I said them, okay, we are fifth city in debt in Poland, we need to do something. So I said, I start from myself. I will have very little salary, I will drink tap water, I won't buy the bottled water, I will ride a bike, not a limousine with a driver. I will do these things which are symbolic. They are not tremendously changing the city budget, but they symbolically send a message to people. He is starting from himself. The government, the power is starting from itself. So we can follow, we can trust. He is like us. He is also saving. He is also trustful. So we started with that, but then we needed to bring some information to people. we have a city budget. It's a big book with lots of numbers. Nobody reads it, including me and the city councillors, except the city treasurer, who is the only guy reading that. It's a boring thing. So we thought how we can introduce people to discussion about the budget, which is the most important thing in the city concerning finances. So we introduced a booklet which is that small with few pages showing the budget in very friendly way. So we show how much money we spend on things, we show people how much taxes they pay, how much costs the cinema ticket, how much costs one pupil at school, how much costs the square meter of the pavement to be repaired, how much money we add to the city bus ticket, and so on. So the budget of the city will be more will be closer to the people. They will feel it's my budget, like my home budget. I care about my home money. Why? I don't know anything about the city money, which are also my money. So we wanted to change it, and so we started with that. And it became a very popular thing. So we not only introduced the booklet, we also composed an exhibition which is outside the city hall. We also have posters in the buses with the budget. So we are investing in education. I also started local democracy lessons at schools. So I go to every classroom and I talk with pupils and young people about city democracy. So how the local democracy works in our city and why we need them to decide and to participate and to build the better city. I also introduced a project of Red Sofa. I knew that people have a lot of questions and not all of them will come to the city hall. So we put outside the Red Sofa and we talk to people. We ask them about problems. We ask them why. We ask them what we can do for them, but also what they can do for the city. So a whole series of things which will change the perception of the power of the city hall, of the mayor, of the decision-making process, and we bring also tools for people that they can participate. Because if they have no information, if they have no tools, we cannot expect that they will participate in the decision-making processes. So this is a new thing. We are all learning. Also me and my colleagues at work, we are also learning, especially now. It's a constant university, it's a constant lesson which we are learning every day because also of the fast changes. So expectations of the society also fastly change. More and more people expect us to be like we are, but more and more people expect us even more to be more innovative, be faster in decision-making processes. If you are a mayor, inspiration for you is everywhere. It's if you go outside, I see inspiration everywhere. I see people who when I close a street and I put benches on this X street, I see people sitting on the benches. Then I think, aha, okay. So if I create a space which is free of cars and I put benches or a thing to sit, people start to sit there. It's very inspirational. So I see, okay, I can continue that, and more people will have places to sit. So I see it everywhere. So have your eyes wide open and listen to the people, because they are inspiration. The good practices are everywhere. There are, as I said, 450,000 cities, and every city is an inspiration. So just look for that. Visit the cities, read the books, search on the internet, meet the people, talk to people, create a space where people can meet and can discuss about things, network them. Try to use this whole social background which you have to connect, to create. This is the best. This is the best tool. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Słupsk is the best example. We cannot spend much money. I cannot afford for many things, but I do things which inspire others, and this is the most beautiful thing we can do.